In today's video, I'm here to share with you some not so vanilla vanillas. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So the way this is going to work is I have 10 fragrances here that I think are perfect for fall weather. And I also feel like they're unique, but unique doesn't necessarily mean hard to wear, super complex. It just means that I think these are not your average vanilla fragrances. Now, I do think there is a need for an average vanilla fragrance in your collection. If you are a fragrance enthusiast, like I am a vanilla lover, I have some basic vanillas. And when I say basic, referring to a vanilla, it's not a bad thing. It's that it's a good standardized vanilla, in my opinion. So I do think there is a time and place for that. But I also thought it would be helpful to do this type of vanilla video for you guys, because I do feel like I have very different tastes. Like I have a wide range of things that I like. And I know sometimes y'all see people here on the internet saying they like this, that, and the third, and you think they're lying. But I actually do have a lot of things that I like. And so with that being said, I feel like I do have some fragrances that are not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But for those of you who it is your cup of tea, then you know, it is. So I do have 10 fragrances to share with you in this video. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on them. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start out with my scent of the day. And this one is from Gucci. It's called Vanilla Firenze. So I picked this fragrance up a few months ago, and I have to say I have been loving this. After I sprayed it on today, I actually used my camera flashlight to see where my level was in this fragrance, because it's a dark bottle. So I wanted to see how much I've used, and I can't see it right now, but I believe it was to right here, which for me, that's a lot, because I got this fragrance at a time where I was getting a lot of fragrances. So I feel like this is one that I have been attracted to, wanting to wear, and just really enjoying it. So I am wearing it today, but this is a beautiful vanilla scent. But to me, this vanilla is also a little bit nutty. So I feel like I can pick up on almond in here. It kind of gives off those Coca-Cola or soda type vibes in this fragrance, but not too far in that direction. This also smells a slight bit boozy, but again, not too far. So if you have tried any type of Coca-Cola scents or those fizzy almond scents and they were too much for you, maybe get your nose on this one, because to me, this one is a more smoothed out vanillic version of those types of scents. And I find this extremely easy to wear. So when I got this, it was not cold. And even today, it's still not cold. We have a little bit of breeze in the air at this point, in the mornings, but we're still pretty high up there. I think we're still in the 80s. So it's not cold, but I'm still able to wear this vanilla. And so that's one of the reasons that I really like this fragrance, is because it gives me those fall vibes. It gives me that spiciness, that sweetness. It leans gourmand without being too sugary sweet. It gives me all of that without being too heavy for my climate. And I just find this incredibly addictive. Every time I spray this, I cannot stop smelling myself. I can't. And I have been doing my drive-by smells on this. So spoiler alert, the next time I do one of my most addictive fragrances, I'm sure this is going to be in it, because I've really been enjoying this one. And I think it's something you should get your nose on. So again, that is Vanilla Firenze from Gucci. Next, I have a fragrance from Narcotica, and this is Happy Dust. So again, another easy to wear vanilla in my opinion. This is a beautiful, kind of coconut powdery type vanilla. This does have a matcha note in it as well, which I can't really vouch for the matcha. I've smelled matcha, but I don't drink it. So I won't sit here and act like I'm super familiar with the smell, but I will definitely say that I get an herbal vibe in this fragrance, a green herbal vibe in this fragrance. I also feel like I get some sort of fruit in here. And to me, it smells like a tropical fruit, but don't let that fool you. This is all in all a vanilla fragrance. It's not juicy, it's not fruity. It is very calm. It smells dry in my opinion, but I love it. This is a fragrance that was kind of like a sleeper hit for me, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I've told this story many times, but initially I bought a decant of this from Scent Split. I think I bought like a 5 ml decant. Shout out to Scent Split, shameless plug here. I have a discount code with them. I do have affiliate links with them. But I think they are a great place that if you want to try out a fragrance, I think they're a great place because they have a huge selection. And I personally don't like 2 ml samples. Like, honestly, when I get samples like that, most of the time I don't use them. But a 5 ml is a good size like decant for me to have that I will actually be able to use and try out and determine if I like a fragrance. This video isn't sponsored, but hey, Scent Split, come get at your girl. I'm willing to do a sponsored video. But I figured I would throw that in there because I did have a decant of this. I went through the entire decants, which is unheard of for me. Like, I have a lot of decants and I never fully finish. But I went through an entire decant, really enjoyed the smell, but thought this was so light and like I couldn't smell it on myself. But fast forward to like a year later, I still couldn't get this fragrance out of my mind. And so I ended up purchasing a full bottle. I believe I got this bottle from Scent Split, maybe. I don't know. I got a little bit of a discount on this bottle, but still at the time I was kind of like, is it worth the money? I don't know, but I absolutely love it. So for me, now I feel like for me, it is definitely worth the money because I can't get enough of this fragrance. It is gorgeous. It's sweet without being overly sweet. It has this airy vibe to it. This is a year-round vanilla for me. But I wore this last night and I think I had kind of relegated this to like a spring-summer vanilla. But I wore this last night and it was a little bit cooler last night. I didn't go anywhere, but I was feeling like, you know, a cozy vanilla scent. And I felt like this really fit the bill. And so now it's moved out of my spring summer vanilla only to a year-round vanilla for me, and it is absolutely stunning, y'all. It's so like calming. It almost has this like muskiness to it, or like this feeling of cashmere to it. It's that kind of cozy, soft, but not thick and overwhelming type of vanilla. So again, that is Happy Dust from Narcotica. Next up, I have one from Parfums de Marly, and this is Althair. So this one is pretty popular here on the YouTube streets, and I'm sure it made a lot of fall lists. But honestly, when I was pulling out these fall vanilla fragrances, I didn't want to leave this off because just because it is popular doesn't mean that it's average or that it's vanilla, in my opinion. So this one is more of a warm vanilla. So this one definitely feels more cozy, more like, it's not overpowering still in my opinion, but it's definitely more of a cozy vanilla to me. This does have some spice to it though. And this has orange blossom in it. And it has something green, almost like pine or eucalyptus, something like that, that is giving it this fresh aromatic smell. And I know for some people this may come off a bit masculine, especially at first spray, because of that kind of pine eucalyptus type smell to it. But I absolutely love it. I feel like that makes this fragrance 100% unisex, even though this is in a men's bottle, but I'm a woman. So when I say 100% unisex, I'm feeling like, you know, it's taking it from being feminine to being, you know, unisex, if that makes sense. Anyway, I feel like this fragrance is 100% unisex. And it's just something that is so intoxicating about it to me. This one gives off that fresh, spicy vanilla vibe, but still manages to feel cozy and comforting. And to me, it smells like fall. So again, that is Althair from Parfums de Marly. The next fragrance I have is from Tom Ford, and this is Vanilla Sex. So my bottle looks different because I have one of these Tom Ford atomizers. I will pop a picture of the regular bottle up for you guys, but I really enjoy this fragrance. This came out a couple years ago, got a lot of bad reviews, but y'all, I think it smells amazing. So to me, this comes off as like a milky vanilla almond with some florals in the background and this kind of slight animalic lean, like this slight skin type of muskiness to it. There is something in this fragrance that is so addictive to me. It gives me like a dirty type of vanilla. Like it's giving, when I say dirty, not like dirty, but like raw type of vanilla. It is so good. I love this fragrance. And I know it's expensive. We're not gonna sit here and act like it's not. I know it's expensive, but I absolutely love it. And clearly I don't mind paying for it because there's something about the way that this fragrance makes me feel. It's not a beast. It's kind of a closer to the skin scent, but I feel like for this type of fragrance, that is best, because if this was too much, the animalic nature might come out too much. Like, I don't know. If this was too much, I feel like it would be too much, you know? But I love it just the way it is. So again, that is Vanilla Sex from Tom Ford. This next fragrance is from the brand Lise, and this is Shoo Shoo. So this is my only fragrance from the brand, but I have to say, whenever I think about a brand like Lise, I think about very like restrained, refined, delicate type fragrances. And this definitely falls into that category. So although this is my only fragrance from the brand, I have had the opportunity to smell a few of them, probably like 5 or 6 of these. I did a brand training with Twisted Lily a while ago, and we were able to smell quite a few fragrances from the brand. So I feel like this fits into that type of category, but it's a gourmand scent. So to me, the vanilla in here is very smooth and whipped, almost like a whipped cream type of vanilla. This gives off the vibes of like a body lotion, a body cream, like a whipped, luxurious body cream. This does have some citrusy notes to it. To me, it kind of smells like lemon, but it doesn't go full on lemon gourmand, but that helps keep it bright. And this is a fragrance that I feel like I can wear spring, summer, but I wanted to include it in these fall vanillas because this is, again, one of those fragrances that gives me fall feelings without being heavy. So this is the type of gourmand vanilla that you could wear in the office. You could wear it to a doctor's appointment. You could wear it in close quarters and you will never get a bad comment on it. I am convinced that there's nobody who's gonna give you a bad comment on this. If anything, you may not get a comment because it is a lighter wearing scent, but it just smells amazing. Amazing. I love to wear this to bed too, but it deserves to have its time outside, y'all. It smells really, really good and is gourmand while still being extremely sophisticated in my opinion. So again, that is Shoo Shoo from Lise. This next fragrance is from Alexander J, and this is Zafir Oud Vanille. So this one is actually on my fragrance tray for this month. And so I have worn this recently and I really, really enjoy this fragrance. So I know oud is in the name, but don't let that scare you. To me, this is a fluffy, like cozy vanilla with like some coconut that's giving it a bit of texture. It's not smelling tropical, but it's definitely giving it a bit of texture. And then there's also this woody depth to it that I'm assuming is the oud, but it doesn't come off smelling too strong of that woodiness, but it's definitely there. I also feel like this fragrance comes off a little bit waxy, which doesn't sound good, but I don't know. It works. It works in this fragrance for me. And this is just one of those fragrances that I feel is highly underrated. Like in the vanilla world, I feel like this is highly underrated. It smells amazing. It's unique. It's year-round appropriate. So this is strong enough to push through in the dead of winter. Well, at least the dead of winter that I know. But it never feels too heavy, even in the hot summer. Now, I wouldn't wear this out, like if I'm going to be outside at the theme park or something during the summer. That's always my example. But like, I'm not wearing it to those type of activities, but I can easily wear this during the summer, back and forth doing like normal activities where I'm going to be like, you know, inside. But this is a gorgeous scent and inexpensive and definitely like a sleeper hit in my opinion. So again, that is Zafir Oud Vanille from Alexander J. This next fragrance is from Dries Van Noten, and this is Sur Ma Peau. So again, this is on my fragrance tray, and these two, I actually like the one I just mentioned and this one, I almost didn't include them in this video because I just mentioned them, but I felt like I couldn't do the video without them. So here they are. So hopefully you're not tired of hearing about them. But this is a beautiful watery vanilla with like orange blossom and I think bergamot. It is gorgeous. So this is more of a floral vanilla, but it has this watery vibe to it, and it's sweet without being like sickly sweet. It's an eau de toilette, and I feel like that really works well for this because this has this bright like freshness to it. It feels like when I spray this on, it feels refreshing. It honestly does. I wore it to bed a few nights ago and oh my gosh, I smell so good. I did get a compliment too from my husband, but like I smelled so good. Even though when I think of this, I don't necessarily think of a cozy vanilla, but putting it on my fragrance tray this month has helped me look at this fragrance in a different light. And I now realize that I feel like I can wear this year round. Maybe if it's super cold, it wouldn't be strong enough. It wouldn't fit the vibe. But I feel like this, again, is one of those fragrances that if you live in a warm climate and you want fall vibes, this will be something you could wear, especially if you're into florals. Even if you're not a huge floral fan, I still think you should get your nose on this. I think it's a gorgeous scent. It's an eau de toilette. This is a huge bottle. And for Dries Van Noten prices, this is decently priced because you get a lot for, I think, $200 and something. And I mean, I feel like this bottle is going to last me a lifetime, but I can spray this at will without feeling guilty about it. So again, that is Sur Ma Peau from Dries Van Noten. So I have 3 more fragrances to go, and I will say that these 3 fragrances are probably the most sultry out of the fragrances that I'm going to share with you in this video. So this next one is one of my absolute faves. This is Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio. So this one has gained some popularity, but I couldn't leave it out. I love this scent. This is definitely a go-to for me during the fall and winter. However, I do wear this year round at night. So this is a warm, kind of thick vanilla that has this nutty undertone. It smells like there's like almond underneath it, but not in that gourmand almond type way. More of just like a nutty vibe. This also kind of gives off a little bit of fizziness to me too, but I think I'm in the minority on that. I don't really ever hear people saying that, but to me, it gives off a bit of a fizzy nature to it. This also smells a bit musky, and the musk in here, or what smells like musk to me, does give off a skin-like quality. So it is slightly animalic leaning. I know there's a little critter on the notes for this fragrance. Like if you look up the notes, I think maybe civet is in here, and it shows that little picture of the critter, but don't let that scare you because it doesn't smell like that type of animal in my opinion. But there's definitely like a sensual skin, like warm skin muskiness to this that gives it this very seductive nature. I love this fragrance. There is something so special about this. I typically reserve this for nighttime because this just to me feels so sultry. This is not one I really like to wear during the day. I mean, I could wear it anytime. I love the smell of it, but to me, this gives me that sultry mood. And so I'm usually wearing this at night. Love this. And I think that if you enjoy vanilla and you like a more like grown up sensual vanilla, you definitely need to get your nose on this if you haven't already. So again, that is Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio. This next fragrance is from the Elemental, and this is called Vanilla Moments. So this fragrance is super unique, like super unique. It's probably the most unique out of this entire list for me. This is a vanilla. The vanilla here is warm. It's sweet, but it's not really gourmand leaning. But what really stands out to me is that this fragrance has some sort of mushroom note to it. And it is quite prominent. And I know that sounds extremely weird, but it works, y'all. It works so well. It gives it like this earthy sweetness, this sensuality to it. This one is not for the faint of heart. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. But there is something so addictive about this fragrance. I actually wore this a few nights ago because I knew I was going to be doing this video soon. And so I was just wanting to refresh my memory on some of these fragrances. And I wore it a few nights ago and y'all, I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I wear you more? I mean, I know why I don't wear it more. I do feel like this is very sultry. And I also feel like this is not suitable for hot weather, like at all. And so that's probably why I don't wear it that much. But it's amazing. I got this last year, last December when I was in New York City for Scent Explore. I went to a party for this brand and I ended up picking this one up. And y'all, it is amazing. It's amazing. I think that if you like really unique scents and you like vanillas and you like somewhat animalic leaning scents, then you should get your nose on this. See, I don't know if there's anywhere you can get a sample of this. I'll see when I'm doing the links for this video, but it's worth it. It's worth it. If you like it, I feel like you will love it, but it's not going to be for everybody. But I will say that if the mushroom note is scary to you, but you have just the slightest bit of interest in it, you should get your nose on this. I feel like I'm not convincing y'all, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'm the only person that needs to smell like this, but it smells so good. And I have gotten a compliment on this. So don't think I'm out here smelling weird just because there's a mushroom note in here. It works, y'all. So again, that is Vanilla Moments from the Elemental. And this last fragrance is the one that is going to be the trickiest of them all in this video. This fragrance has had me thinking all kind of crazy things. So this fragrance is from YSL and this is called Muse. This is part of their higher end line. I think it's called La Vestiaire line. But this fragrance is a vanilla scent that has this inky undertone to it. But there is something that is very skin-like in this fragrance, to the point where when I smell this on paper, I have smelled something that smelled like body odor. Like body odor, not in a good way. However, on the skin, I don't get that. But I wanted to include this fragrance because I do think it's very interesting. I do enjoy this fragrance, but this is not for the faint of heart. I repeat, this is not for the faint of heart. And if you want to try this, you have to spray it on skin. You have to spray it on skin. But I will say, like, even smelling it right now, I can smell that body odor smell again. I can, but there's something that's super addictive about this fragrance to me. So again, this is the trickiest one out of the entire bunch, but I really enjoy it. I'm hoping that I end up loving it. Like right now, I still just really like it. But I'm hoping this will turn into a love, because I noticed when I wore this a few days ago, I kept wanting to sniff myself. There's something addictive in this fragrance to me. So if you smell this, let me know what y'all think of it, because it could go really wrong, I feel like. I feel like on the wrong body chemistry, it's going to smell like body odor, because when I've smelled it on paper, like when I've been testing this fragrance out, there's been sometimes it smelled like body odor to me, but I've never smelled that on my actual skin when I sprayed it on. So I think that this is definitely one you have to try out. I blind bought this, but I would not suggest that. I would not, because you may be disappointed. But it is very unique. It is not a vanilla. And it's going to work for some of y'all. Some of y'all are probably going to absolutely love this, and some of y'all are going to be repulsed by it. But, you know, we are all different. We all have different opinions. So I definitely wanted to include it in this not vanilla video. So again, that is YSL Muse Inspiring Ink. So those were my 10 not vanilla fragrances. I hope that you all found this video helpful and that maybe it gave you something else that you want to try out. Let me know if you try any of these fragrances. What do you think of them? And if there's any that you feel like you need to get your nose on now that you've heard me talk about them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss a video. And apparently there's this new like hype feature on YouTube. I don't know, I don't see it when I watch YouTube, but my husband told me that when he's on YouTube, he could see like a hype button. So if y'all see that, hype me up, okay? I don't really know what it gets me, but something, okay? Anyway, if you're looking for links to any of these products, they will all be listed in the description box below, along with any discount codes that I may have. I'll also have everywhere else you can find me down there. So my website and my Instagram and TikTok. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.